I was born ready.
What's going on, you guys? So there's something I've been saying ever since Canelo Alvarez's most recent fight with Dimitri Bivol. Even before that, I've been saying, is Canelo Alvarez on a decline? But Eddie Hearn, the promoter, the now promoter of Canelo Alvarez, denies that Canelo Alvarez is on a decline. Hit that like button for your boy. We on Bushido Boxing TV. This is where we're going to be. Now, this is something that your boy Bushido has been talking about for quite a while, ever since Canelo Alvarez's last fight against the fight before Dimitri Bivol, right? It just seemed like Canelo Alvarez was slipping, right? I noticed some slippage in his game. You know, it seemed like he's been really stagnant. Everybody was wow and amazed, and I was still feeling like there was something missing, right? I felt like there was something missing during Canelo Alvarez's European tour. I just felt like something was missing. I didn't see that same explosive, energetic Canelo Alvarez that I'm used to seeing. Well, now Eddie Hearn comes out and says that Canelo Alvarez isn't on a decline. This is something that fans been assuming, right? And I feel like I'm one of the first guys, right? Us over here on Bushido Boxing, for the first people to really come out and talk about it on YouTube, right? Because right after it happened, I'm like, look, Canelo Alvarez, is he on a decline? Is he on a decline? Is he slipping? Is he on the back nine? Right? Canelo Alvarez could simply be burnt out. Right, he could be burnt out. What modern fighter today fights as often as Canelo Alvarez? Right, modern boxers anyway. Right, four times a year. You know, this guy, that guy. Right, whether you feel these guys were worthy enough to beat him or be in the ring with him or not, he's fighting 4 or 5 times a year. Not to mention he has a lot of professional bouts. He's been fighting since he was 15 years old as a professional. One may say Canelo Alvarez is on a decline, but Eddie Hearn comes out and says this. He said, I don't think he's been at his best, but look at his fights. He's fought Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Dimitri Bivol, and Gennady Golovkin. That's who he's fought. People say, oh, he's slipping a little bit. He's fought the very best of the best, and he's carrying an injury as well. And Eddie Hearn, throughout this article, was repeating something about an injury that Canelo Alvarez allegedly have had. I guess Canelo's been fighting through an injury. Now, we know he had like a knee surgery or something like that in the past. And, you know, allegedly he has some other injury. You know, these guys have injuries, but Eddie Hearn is being the spokesperson, and he's using that as an excuse as to why Canelo Alvarez hasn't been looking as sharp or why he hasn't been performing as he used to. Some may say it's because of the recent crackdown on the Reynoso camp with guys like Oscar Valdez and amongst many others that was part of that camp that was testing positive, right? Some may say that has something to do with it, with his recent decrease in his performances. But I'll say this, though, right? If he's going to be fighting Dimitri Bivol in September, of course, now he's going to be fighting, allegedly he's going to be fighting John Ryder in May as somewhat of a tune-up, right? A tune-up fight for Canelo Alvarez. John Ryder, in my opinion, is a poor man's version of Canelo Alvarez, so it's going to be interesting to see how Canelo Alvarez performs against this guy. And if Canelo Alvarez can look good against John Ryder, a guy with some momentum and nothing to lose going into a fight with Canelo Alvarez, if he looks good against him, he'll probably feel motivated, reinvigorated going into a fight with Dimitri Bivol. And then we'll probably see a better version of Canelo Alvarez going into that particular rematch. But Dimitri Bivol may have Canelo Alvarez's number. I don't think it was a case to where he was on decline. I think styles makes fights. At the end of the day, Dimitri Bivol is a very cerebral fighter. He's a guy who's going to really stick to his game plan. He's not going to stray away from it, no matter what's happening in the fight. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez got a tough task ahead of him this upcoming September if he gets past John Ryder, which we all expect him to do. So, but as far as Canelo Alvarez slipping, yeah, I feel like he's slipping. I've been said it. I feel like I'm one of the first guys that stated it, that I think Canelo Alvarez is on a decline. I mean, he could possibly be burnt out. You know, he got a lot of things going on. He makes a lot of money. You know, how old Canelo? He's not very old. Canelo Alvarez is 32, 33 years old. That's pretty young. But if you look at his career and how many fights he's had, he's been fighting since he was 15 years old as a professional. That's a lot of camps, a lot of training camps, a lot of sparring sessions, a lot of wear and tear on the body. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez may not be that guy that's fighting at a high level closing in on 40 years old. He may not be that guy, you know. So we're going to see how Canelo Alvarez looks. You know, maybe he just needed some time off to let the injuries heal, let his mind heal and everything else, and then he can get back in there feeling like a fresher fighter. But we're going to see how he looks against John Ryder this upcoming May. And then if he gets past him, We're going to see about Dimitri Bivol. And then after that, we're going to see what happens between the winner of Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, if he comes back. If Canelo Alvarez is going to face one of those guys once the smoke clears. Tell me what you guys think. Is Canelo Alvarez on a decline? Is he on the back nine? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.